Hello Capricorn, I'm Clarice here from BeHealing.com, and this is your weekly read for the week of the 6th to the 12th of January 2020. If you'd like a private reading with me, Capricorn, then there's a link up there to book in for one of those. I do those within 24 hours of you booking them, and they're 3 pages long. Now you'll see at time of booking, you can check the check boxes as to what you want the reading about, what area of your life you want it about. You can also add things to it as well for some bargains. Let's see what you've got going on this week, Capricorn. Right, we've got internal work for you this week, Capricorn. We've got letting go of the past into a simpler life. Now, of course, we've got to let go of things to be able to move forward in life. And also, we've got to give ourselves space too for the new to come in. And that's not just about letting go. Sometimes it's about simplifying too. And so those aspects of your life that have got complicated, Capricorn, maybe they're overwhelmingly complicated, that's your signal that those are the things to let go of. And if you can't let go of them completely, simplify them. So that's the message this week, is simplify those things that are getting complicated in your life to make space for the new to come in. So if you're wanting a change in your life, there's some things that you need to let go of. And of course, we can't let go of everything, right? You know, some of us are brave enough to quit our jobs like I did 20 years ago and just go for it. But you don't necessarily need to do that. You could keep some things like that going so that you've got the money flowing in, for example, but simplify. So let go of the complicated part of it. So maybe you remove yourselves from certain aspects of it, simplify it. That's your message for this week. Whatever you want to let go of, simplify it first. What else have you got going on this week? Right. We've got service and peace. So Capricorn, you need to be at peace with the way in which you are of service. Now, what I've noticed is when you are stepping into your life purpose, being of service in that special way that you do it, Capricorn, what happens is, first of all, you need to start giving it out. Like me doing these readings on YouTube, a lot of them. When I first started, I was doing a lot of readings with people on Facebook. I just started doing it, right? And I needed to be at peace with that, just like keeping on being of service before I tried to formulate it into a business, before I tried to get something back from it, right? So a lot of people have a kind of entitled point of view where they wait until they're going to get something back from what they're doing before they'll actually put themselves out there. And this is saying, Capricorn, don't do that. Be at peace with being of service, putting yourself out there first, actually doing it. Start doing it. Because when you start doing it, you're putting that energy out there and you're going to start getting back from it. You're going to start attracting those that want your service, bringing it back to you, right? You need to put yourself out there first. Also, it gets you in that energy so that your higher self, it gets you willing and in that energy so that your higher self can start leading you to the right things too. So not just leading people to you because you're out there offering it, but also leading you to the right way for you to give your services out there too. Yeah. So when I first started doing the readings, I had a shop and I was doing private readings in that way. But when I first started doing them online, I was doing it on Twitter. Is when Twitter first started off. I was on there and doing the readings. Then I switched to Facebook, and I was pretty much the first one doing the online kind of stuff, doing online email readings. This was many years ago, and yeah, and in the same way, your niche, the way you're going to put it forward that's right for you, the path is going to open up through you starting to give it out and being at peace with that, starting doing your service, giving it out there. So just start doing it, Capricorn. Start doing it. Capricorn, what have you got going on in your love life this week? This is about past relationships and being grateful for them and forgiving yourself for any mistakes that you made. Maybe you thought you made a mistake in picking the wrong person, or maybe you kind of made a mistake thinking they were the one when they weren't really a match to you. Often we can get blinded by love, we can get blinded. And I've seen a lot of people do this, thinking they're the one. I've done it myself too, thinking they're the one, kind of trying to make them into that, seeing all the positive aspects of them and all of that, and then kind of being blind to it, not realizing the truth of it. Then then your blind spots are revealed to you. Then you can see how they're not aligned with you, what isn't a match to you, maybe there's been red flags that have been waving too, and they're really, not good for you at all. And then you can feel bad after that. Once you realize and you finish it, you can feel bad that you actually chose them in the first place. This week for you, Capricorn, it's all about being grateful for what those relationships have shown you about yourself. They've shown you what is in alignment with yourself by showing you what isn't, right? And forgive yourself for making those choices. Forgive yourself for those lessons. You have actually learned something from it, so it's a good thing. And when you're doing this kind of self-forgiveness work, when you're doing this letting go work, you're opening the gates, you're opening the doors for those new relationships for you single Capricorns out there. And also if you're in a relationship too, you still need to do that stuff, because you don't want to be piling on your baggage onto your partner, do you? Capricorn, what else is going on this week in your love life? You've got warmth and empower self, so empowering yourself to be yourself. Maybe you've been hanging back in a relationship, Capricorn. Maybe you've been kind of hiding behind your partner, not getting on with your life because you're more focused on the relationship than you are on your work. Because, you've got a real push toward being of service now and getting on that life path to be of service, your work, what you came here for, your life purpose. If you're focused on relationships, if you're focused on your relationship, just supporting your partner or something like that, then this is saying, warm to yourself, your own path, what you're here to do, empower yourself, get focused on your own life. This isn't to say that relationships aren't an important part of your life. Of course they are, relationships. They're a huge part of our lives. But it's not everything. It's not everything. So, Capricorn, for you singles out there, your relationship is going to come along when you least expect it. So best just to focus on your life, empowering yourself, opening your heart to yourself, being warm to yourself, loving yourself first. Then they'll come along. More about you this week. It's about you, all about you this week, Capricorn. Capricorn, what have you got going on in your work? Oh, cool. I like this, especially with what I've just said and your general energies this week. You've got you're on track and I am that. And so you're really on track to your life purpose, like to who you are, why you came. You're on track. You are following that right path. You're getting those right ideas. You're on the right track. You're on track. Can it get better than that? This is who you are. It's not just a job. It's not just something that you're doing. It's who you are. It's what you came to do. You're on track with that. That's great news. So if you needed confirmation in that, Capricorn, that is your confirmation. What else have you got going on in your work? Go for it. Go for it. You're on the right track. You know how you shouldn't rush forward when you're off track. If you've like met the wrong person, someone that's got all of these red flags that isn't the right person, isn't a good match for you. You shouldn't run headlong into that relationship and get married. You shouldn't go top speed in that relationship. Same with your work too. If it's slightly off track, then that's not the time to hit the accelerator. Same if you're in a car. If you're not like pointed in the right direction to go down the road, you don't step on the accelerator, right? Because you're going to go off the cliff or whatever, off the road, smash into another car. Same with your work, but you've been told here, like, yes, you are on the right track now. You are headed, you're steered in the right direction. And so you can put your foot on the accelerator this week in your work, Capricorn, in your work. So go for it. Full steam ahead for you, Capricorn, in your work. Great. You're in your element as well when you're focused on work too, Capricorn, so it is aligned with you. You came as a Capricorn for a reason, you know that. What about your money this week? I am heard judgment separates. Now, judgment separates. What I'm hearing for you guys that have got your own businesses, especially, you're doing your own thing, maybe money's been slow in coming, but if you've been listening to teachers or coaches or any kind of business kind of teachers that have been telling you should be able to earn a lot of money at the moment and how you're doing it, this is saying that's a judgment. That's not actually true. When you're heard, when you're fully being yourself, like putting your foot down on the accelerator and really going for it in your work, it's going to open up to the abundance that you want. It doesn't happen just with doing anything, anyone doing anything. That's like saying, anyone could have done what the Beatles did if they had just, done the work. Well, they couldn't. They didn't have that talent. You have a specific talent too, and it's only when you're on track with that, Capricorn, that money will really flow in. So it's just not true if you've been hearing those judgments from other people saying you can have whatever you want, doing whatever you want. You can't. You can't. It's only when we are sharing what we're really about, what's really in our hearts, that that true abundance really kicks in. It's kind of a good thing, isn't it, that it's held back from us until then. It keeps us motivated. We might get lazy. We would get lazy. I would get lazy. And so this is about being heard in a bigger way. Once you're on track, you've put your foot down on that accelerator, you are full speed ahead with what it is that you're sharing with the world. You're going to be heard in a much bigger way. That's when the energy comes back to you. Remember, money is energy. We can't get a lot back when we're not giving a lot out. When we're of that energy that we're giving a lot out, a lot of people are listening to us. That's when we'll get that reciprocal energy from a lot of places back. So even if you're trying to be heard by a lot of people and it's not happening, that's because you're not aligned with it yet. You're not aligned with what's really in your heart. When your true message comes out, that's when you're going to be heard in a big way. That's when the money is going to come back in a big way. So stop judging yourself is what I'm hearing, especially if you've been taught to judge yourself because there's people around you saying you can have whatever you want right now. That's like saying anyone can be the Beatles when they can't. Yeah. Also, with your money, friend, talk to someone. Is someone owe you some money, Capricorn? Do you owe someone some money? This is about this. Talking to them about your money, coming up with an arrangement, clearing the air, making it feel good again, talking about it, not hiding away from it. So if you've been not wanting to make them feel bad because they owe you money, maybe they are feeling bad anyway because they're avoiding it and you're avoiding it. Everyone's feeling bad about it. Actually talk to them about it instead. Come up with an arrangement. Either way, whichever way that is, you owing them money, them owing you money, or your money somehow tied up with a friend in some kind of way. There you go. If you like this reading, Capricorn, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Comment on it, what you got out of that. I love hearing from you guys. And share it with your friends as well. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.